Hey guys, this is Speedy with Benu Studio Inc. I wanted to kind of pop in and throw up a quick video. Hope to keep this to 5 minutes. I got good news. I'm about to have the Flying Spaghetti Monster finished through editing. It's pretty long, so I had to find a way to break it down into multiple pieces. I was not able to get the early corrupted files off, so you're just not going to see the very beginning. There's just footage. I just couldn't get it. Um, There's other purposes behind this. I wanted to kind of get everybody up to date on that and on my schedule. And I've learned things. I'm having trouble like regularly updating 'cause, technical troubles, and like I'm not aggressively going out to try to get a lot of followers for the channel yet because I'm still going through like a growth thing with this and learning and making mistakes. And I didn't have enough videos built up ahead of time. I only had 5, and I kind of learned that I need more than that. So I have been working behind the scenes during my vacation and stuff to get like Flying Spaghetti Monster sculpture done, get the editing done. That's getting ready. I've got some animations in the pipeline that I had to do work on and trademarks on. But I don't want to dwell on that like early kind of vlog news. That's where it is at. I'm going to be having a video on Monday that will be showcasing the latest updates to the physical studio. And I want to get past that to something unfortunately a little heavier. That's what this next set of videos, these ones that are on my SketchUp, I've got like, as you see, I've already kind of been doodling and thinking and getting ready to make this video. It's time. It's time to alchemize something heavy, something dark that's been weighing on me for 2 years. It's time to put it in its appropriate place. I've finally absorbed all that I need to learn from the experience, because sometimes that's all you can do is learn from the experience and grow. Um, Alchemy. It's time. So I thought I'd share my process. I'm going to do my best to share it without giving up too much that's personal, but I will mention that this is deeply personal, but I'm going to be blunt. This studio is about the artist, and I am the artist. And so it is about me. And the things I absorb and then I transmute into work. It's very important. It's the essence of what I do. It is what it means to be an artist 100%. I do it 110%. I'm not half stepping this. This is who and what I am. And yeah, I'm single because it's not a very compatible lifestyle. Most people can't understand somebody who likes to spend 10 hours painting at random times. Most people are in this codependent anima nature. I'm not in. I'm not codependent on anybody. I don't like feeling that way. And so I kind of run away from those kind of things. And the other thing is, I started this channel, one, because I want to do my gaming thing and have fun, and I wanted to put fun videos up, and some of my cool animations. Most of them I plan to just take to the, like, festivals, the film festivals, but some of them I can put up on my channel for fun. Um, and to add them into some of my gaming stuff, we've got some more gaming things coming up in the future, and I'm excited about. So I want to keep it somewhat of a positive note. But I also want to mention that this next set of videos are actually about how I alchemize the darkest of experiences, the toughest experiences. And I'm just recently been going through one, and I'm at that place where I'm ready to, I guess ready's the wrong word, where I feel like I have to alchemize it. Now for me, it's going to be bittersweet. It's not what I wanted. Um, But over the process of this week, I'm going to share these videos about how I alchemize this experience. And I'll try to describe the experience the best I can in a way that doesn't hurt any of the people involved because it's not my intent. But it's just one of those things. It's time for me to alchemize it because it's going nowhere. And so since it's going nowhere, it's time to put it where it needs to be. That's just, like I said, it's a little sad, but you have to do these things sometimes to keep yourself whole. It's an awful world out there, and there's some really, really broken people, and there's some really hurt people, and they live their existence to hurt other people, and that's just Alchemy will help you get through that. And as a creative, it's a little more challenging because you want to give people more space and you want to give people more room to prove that they learned or room to prove that it's not. But they tell you right to your face that they like hurting people. You just gotta alchemize. And I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't hurt to cut people out of, because that's what alchemizing is essentially. When you're dealing with people, it's a, can they be a part of your journey, or are they a detriment to your journey? You don't want them to be a detriment to your journey, but if they choose to be a detriment to your journey, you have to choose you. It sucks and it sounds selfish and it feels awful to do it. That's a part of what alchemy is there for. And a lot of the symbols and so forth are actually just to keep this out of the hands of normies, because alchemy in the hands of fools is wasted. It's a waste to try to teach it to people. So I will share how I'm alchemizing my way through this difficult time, but I'm not gonna like require anybody to take notes or learn it, because it's really technically not necessary. You just need to understand what the symbols are about. You don't need to actually use them. I mean, some people do need to use them. They're crutches, they're tools, but creatives don't need to, because we invented those sigils. We invented those symbols, so we actually don't need them. We already understand them enough to replicate them visually. So, and that's kind of where I am. So you won't see me doing a lot of like symbolism or any of that unless it's inside of specific artwork that's about a process or an alchemical process. Yeah, this is running a little longer than I intended, but I have something to say. This studio is 100% about the artist. It wasn't built for anything but myself and my ability to do what I'm called to do. And yeah, I'm alone doing it because that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know too many creatives that do this with you know what I'm saying? Yeah, creatives will team up and collaborate, and I love the idea of doing that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my studio's number up here. That any creatives or anybody interested in me doing a project for them or collaborating with me, you know, go ahead and text me. I will definitely respond. I'm serious. I'm gonna put it right here at 201-777-89. I built the space for myself to flourish as a creative and do what I'm called to do. I'm absolutely open to other creatives that need a little room or need a little like collaboration or help going taking something to the final process, because I've actually accomplished a lot of projects, and I got a lot of them under my belt. I just never did them on a channel or anything. And I have to tell you something funny. The reason I never did them on a channel is because, and I know this is like gonna be unbelievable, but it's because I'm shy. I know that people that know me think that that's just crazy. That's ludicrous. I'm not shy. I'm the fun, goofy, loud, sometimes tough, outgoing personality. That's the person they know. But that's where the face dancing thing comes in. I do my very best, be as authentic as I can, and honest and honorable in my encounters with people. But I am like the rest of the people around me. I do wear masks. Difference is, I don't get trapped by them. There's only one that I'm trapped by. And it's the same one every creative in history has ever been trapped by, who's true to themselves. And you're looking at them right here, right above the phone number. I kind of doodling around and was sketching them out while I was thinking about how to approach this video. There they are. Right? Smile now, cry later. The laughter of a clown, tears of a clown. The same thing. Yeah, I wear a mask. Because David Lynch, yeah, he said it's not necessary for creatives to be like miserable to be creative. Well, he's right and wrong. You can do shallow artwork and, be happy as a bee and be doing the shallow pink flowers and yay, I'm happy. And, we need those. They're mostly better for therapy than they are actual moving art anywhere. But you want real, meaningful, gritty, powerful, authentic, truthful art. It speaks to your soul. Well, the creatives behind that have to sacrifice a piece of theirs so you can have that. And that hurts. So David Lynch is a little bit wrong. And so I'm not really miserable. What I am called to do, the process of doing it makes me happy. The life path it puts me on as a creative because of the lack of evolution of the species I'm in brings a lot of sadness. It's very challenging. I spend so much time around people that are they're hurt and they're broken and I very rarely run across people that are trying to like improve themselves. And I run across a lot of people that hate people like me that are creative and, you know, friendly, outgoing, and want to set the intention for positive vibes. But it's because I understand frequency. And it's just math. Why not any of you go study Pythagoras? That's math, baby. It's just math. All I'm doing is math. You people thinking it's magic or voodoo or some retarded stuff like that need to grow up, or I don't know, go to a third world country where people get burned at the stake for being witches for retarded reasons. Because this is like what Salem happened how long ago? Let that go already. That's so dumb. There's no such thing as magic. You know what's magical is a human overcoming all the obstacles in their life and building what they want for themselves. In defiance of everything around them, they still have what brings them great joy. So yes, I suffer for my art sometimes because you got to get into the deep stuff to do the really valuable work. But I'm happy to do it and I'm happy to make that sacrifice because the zen, the pure feeling of being in nothingness that you get from the creative process, and I know other creatives know what I'm talking about. You pick up a brush and you start out with all of this intent and all of these things you planned and everything that you know you need to do to accomplish your vision. And then you just kind of wake up halfway through it and take a break. And you don't really remember thinking anything. And you don't really even remember feeling your own body. You just are in that transcendental place. So that's why David Lynch did get really deeply into the transcendental, and that's why artists like are really closely attached to it. It's a real place we can go. Some others, like Tesla, he was a creative. Forget engineers are creatives. There's more creatives on this planet than people realize. It's not all just painters and musicians. Engineers, for sure, especially high engineers that are in like experimental engineering and so forth. Those are all creative people. Entrepreneurs, those are all creatives. We are what answers the call. We are the mother of invention, calls us to manifest. You know? That's the truth. And so this was just the intro video. I'm sorry to end up going as long as I did on it because I did intend this to be just a little short one. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, like I said, I left this on this way because I want people to see the text. Text me if you want to do some collaborations, you want to do some creative stuff, you want to know more about the studio, you want some work from me. I do all kinds of different things, t-shirts, vinyl, you name it. I don't, it'll be on my website when I put it up, and I think I'll have it up by the end of the week. It's just that I'm a single person, and I wear all the hats. I don't have a problem with that. I just kind of have to learn how to, like, wear all the different hats and get it all done, um, and organized in a way that will, like, flow. And I'm getting better at it, but I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning of the channel, and that's why I'm not running around chasing people down to get them to subscribe. I appreciate every one of you that's come and subscribed and is watching me and is helping me out by being here for me in the beginning. And I absolutely will take any criticisms that you've got that will help me get better. Um, I really didn't mean to ramble that long in this one. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, having a great night. And if you have any requests, text me. You want to see me do something silly? You want me to do your D&D character? I'll do it in 2D. You pay me. I'll do it in 3D and put it on the printer. I'll print you something, and contact me. I love doing stuff, especially connected to gaming, and that's a lot of the direction of where my art's gonna go. Because I actually think there's kind of something in gaming that people are overlooking. You have your voyeurs who sit there and stare at the tube and live vicariously through other characters. Then you have a different type of voyeur who wants a more hands-on interaction with the world and have an impact on the story, you know. So those are gamers, and I actually kind of appreciate the gamer side of things. There's a dark side, but for the most part, I prefer people that are doers in their voyeurism instead of pure voyeurs. You know what I'm saying? Live vicariously through a character you're actually playing and getting skill at. I can respect that compared to the person vicariously sitting on the couch drooling. I see gamers potentially as a positive division in the species socially. That maybe we're finally past those, like I said, drooling TV heads, and maybe we're finally moving more closely to people that are driven to do. If we can just get them beyond the doing in digital to do physical, we'd be on our way to the right place. We'd be alchemizing a beautiful future. So I see gaming as a net positive, and so that's why it is actually a big part of my studio. And I'm a big fangirl of a couple of Blizzard games, which is its own trial and tribulation in itself. Being a WoW player will give you PTSD just because of the company that has owned it. Oh my god. Anyway, have a wonderful evening, like I said, and I appreciate anybody that comes and thumbs this up and likes and subscribes. Thank you so much for the support. And the next video in this series will get right to the meat of it. I'm going to just jump right into the story and the alchemy of what I experienced and share it with you. Okay. Bye-bye.